Welcome to part 2 of our TARO Undocumented series by UCSC Spaces. Hi y'all, it's Liana again, and this time I'll overview important details about the California Dream Act, available scholarships, as well as provide insight about paying for college directly from fellow undergraduate Spaces staff. If you haven't already, go ahead and watch the first video that is up on our channel that covers general information about the California Dream Act as well as DACA. As was mentioned in the first video, the following groups qualify to apply for financial aid through the California Dream Act application: DACA students, undocumented students, U visa holders, or temporary protection status holders. Students must meet all 4 of the following AB 540 requirements. The first requirement would be time and coursework, which can be fulfilled in 2 different ways. Option A would be 3 years of attending at least elementary, middle, or high school, and the second option would be attending at least 3 years of California schooling in high school, adult school, or community college. The second requirement would be degree or transfer eligibility, meaning at least a high school degree or equivalent, or an associate's degree eligible to transfer to UC or CSU. The third requirement would be that the student meets the non-resident tuition exemption, where the student must file an AB 540 affidavit with the college or university of their choosing. The last requirement would be that the student is enrolling at an eligible California university or college.
What do you need to know to fill out the application? Student identification information, grade level, college degree in pursuit, school selection, dependency determination, household information, parent financial information, and student financial information. Important to keep in mind: list at least one California college or university first to qualify for Cal Grant. If students are considered dependent, then they will need their parents' financial information. If desired year of enrollment is 2021 to 2022, income and tax information should be from 2019. With that being said, some useful information to have ready if available would be a driver's license, social security card, alien registration card, individual taxpayer identification number, most current bank statements, any record of untaxed income, and prior year tax information.
Public institutions, privately funded scholarships, Cal Grants, California Dream Loans, campus-funded work study for AB 540 students with DACA work permits. I encourage students to seek out scholarships online. An example of a fantastic online resource guide would be the Mexican American Legal Defense and Education Fund, also known as MALDEF. The link to this resource, along with other scholarships available for undocumented students, will be provided in the video description below. Students should be sure to take advantage of the resources below because it's free money that can help alleviate financial need. Now let's hear from Eileen and Tuwila about their experience with college financial aid.
My name is Eileen. Pronouns is she, her, hers. This is my 5th year. My major is human development and I'm minoring in education. I'm from New York College and my Spaces position is co-coordinator for the overnight program.
Hi everyone, my name's Tawila. My pronouns are she, her, hers. I'm a 3rd year in Eleanor Roosevelt College and I just switched my major to anthropology. And my position at Spaces, I'm the Pacific Islander Access and Outreach Coordinator.
What is your understanding of access work and the importance of supporting undocumented youth?
I'm from South Bay, San Diego. So that demographic, I would say, is a lot of Filipino and Latinx community. I noticed like our resources compared to San Diego schools in North County weren't as funded. So I feel like it's very important to really bring those access work, like resources that are available to maybe like the schools closer, like up north, make it accessible for the ones down here.
I also agree. I'm also from South Bay, from Southeast San Diego, so I totally agree with like your experience.
Yeah, I do believe that is where providing access is very important, especially to underrepresented communities and communities with undocumented students. I grew up in Watson, LA, so the city right outside Compton, and I'm also an undocumented student. It was hard to find a lot of help for accessing higher education, so I feel like I'm lucky with that.
What obstacles did you face while applying for student aid, and how was the financial aid application experience?
So I fill out the Dream Act application, and I feel like the reason why it was so easy for me is because I have a 6-year-old now, so that made me a independent student. So I didn't have to ask my parents for their all their tax information. If I am independent, then I don't I don't rely on anyone else. So I had the opportunity to just jump a whole lot of work that I had to do. It's pretty easy for me.
For me, I don't know, I failed on the financial aid part of when I was applying to UCSD. Mine was a lack of just information and knowing. My dad was in the military, so I had some military benefit with my financial aid, but the thing that I didn't know is that it didn't cover all my tuition. So I would say, like, to everyone who's applying to just really know financial aid and how it works. When I would try to get help from the financial aid office from UCSD, they weren't the best at helping, at least the counselors that I have. So, I mean, even if you Google financial aid at UCSD, I think they have 1 out of 5 stars.
I also totally agree with how you feel about UCSD's financial aid office. Me, myself, and a lot of my housemates over the years have experienced a lot of issues with hidden fees and having to pay for student health insurance and waiving that. Did you apply for scholarships, and how was that process for you?
I don't think I applied to any scholarships. The only thing that helped me a lot financially was grants, the call grants.
Mm-hmm.
I did qualify for those. So the Dream Act call grants and UCSD, I know UCSD gives me another financial aid help. All of that helped me cover all of my expenses.
For me, I had the military benefit. It's called CalVet. Other than that, I saved a bunch of money just commuting. I commuted my first 2 years. Now I dorm, but that was because I saved a bunch of my loan money that I got from FAFSA. I only applied to one scholarship, and that was a cultural scholarship. It was a Pacific Islander one. And for every race, they have available scholarships. And I say those helped a lot for me.
It was also hard to navigate what scholarships were there for me, so I also didn't really apply for any. But that's one of my biggest regrets is not going for all of them, even if I think I won't get it. I think if I could kind of redo that, I would look into that more and kind of see the options for me. Right now I rely heavily on the reimbursement and the loans, and although it helps, it's it's not my money and you have to kind of pay it back. Do you have any advice for undocumented youth that are planning to pursue higher education? What is something that you wish you knew before attending college?
An advice that I would give for an undocumented youth, to just do it. I know there a lot of undocumented students are get very discouraged, especially because they're oh, I'm getting all this money, and some of us don't even have a work permit. So they can get discouraged, what am I going to do with my degree after I have it if I can't legally work? That was me. I knew that was school was the right thing to do, but I was afraid of can I even do something? And the good thing was that I came to the undocumented student services on campus. I asked all the questions and concerns I had, and they helped me out a lot. I didn't know that I could become a independent contractor. That's what we call it. With your degree, you still get paid, and that's totally fine to do. You can't have any contracts with the businesses, which is, I guess that would be the downside of it, but you still get to get practice in your field. And maybe even if you pursue or are able to start the process, you have time and experience to work. The short answer would be to just do it. Having a degree is way better than, I feel, at least for me, than not having one and trying to look and ask questions. That's also, if you feel like you aren't sure about something, there's always someone that either knows the answer or can show you who can give you the answer.
The advice I would give to undocumented youth would probably be like, don't feel bad about taking up any like resources, because you have every right to be there as much as anyone else does too. I would say like, if you do plan on getting achieving higher education, take advantage of all the resources that are available to you.
Thank you for participating as a panelist. You're welcome. You're free to leave. But yes, I wanted to say thank you.
Thank you for facilitating this. It was fun to
Yes.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, of course.
Thank you for tuning in to TARO's Undocumented series covering college financial aid. Be sure to share this with anyone you think would benefit from this information, and make sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and tune in for more Spaces content.